Welcome to In Search for Wellness. In Search for Wellness is created by Eden's Cellular Wellness Solutions, whose purpose and mission and intention and aim is to create and develop wellness solutions that would help our cells maximize their capacity to generate wellness for us, to provide ways that we can enrich our cells, that we can provide our cells with good bionutrients or biochemicals or biological chemicals from food substances that can help our cells generate wellness for us. Today, we are going to develop such a solution. The foods that we make in our kitchen. Our kitchens are very important facilities in a home. A kitchen in a home is like a research laboratory or manufacturing laboratory where we make and put together so many substances to create a meal. And today we are going to create a soup. I have come to realize that soups are very, very, very good parts of a meal. They are very, very important parts of a meal. And in a soup, one can be able to carry powerful and very good active substances, biological active substances, which are inside of our foods, which can be delivered by the use of a soup right to our cells and to help our cells maximize in generating wellness for us. Today we are going to make a vegetable soup. And this soup has got very low calories. The soup has got very, very, very low calories. Let me introduce to you the ingredients that we are going to use in this soup. Here we have a branch of celery. This is a branch of celery cut up with the leaves and the stick. This is a small bunch of dania. This is a small bunch of dania, cut out the leaves and all the sticks. This is a stick of lemongrass. Lemongrass is a bit hard and need to be put in the meal quite early, in the cooking pot quite early, so that it have time to release its flavors. That is capsicum. Capsicum is very easy, cooks very easily, and can be added towards the egg. Tomato. The idea of tomato is to enrichen our soup with all those good nutrients in tomatoes, and also to ensure that it breaks up when it is cooked. This is a finely grated piece of pumpkin. This is about 150 grams piece of pumpkin that have been finely grated so that it can completely cook and break up. That is a set of onions cut into relatively bigger cubes that will be added to the soup for much later. This is a cut up one okra. Okra is good, and it is also produces gelatinous fluids. This is a grated green banana, what we call matoke. This is a grated green banana, and the purpose of it is to thicken our soup instead of using cornstarch. This is another set of finely cut out onion for frying with the oil. This is milled seeds of pumpkin. These are milled pumpkin seeds that you add to enrichen the soup. And this, as usual, this the yellow is the curry powder, which is a mixture of spices. The dark one is black pepper and with some salt. What science have showed us and the research has taught us is that our body has the capacity to use a multitude, millions of bioactive substances that we give into our bodies. The key categories of nutrients are proteins, carbohydrates, fats and oils, vitamins, and minerals. That is what has been known and established in research for so many years. But it has been discovered also, it is continuously being discovered, and it is becoming clearer and clearer that our bodies requires more substances than those categorized within those 5 categories. And plant foods and all plants have got many bioactive chemical substances, which are called phytochemicals. And all these food substances that we have shown here, all these food substances provide a broad spectrum of good phytochemicals, plant chemicals, bioactive chemicals that go into our cells to help the cell in the cleansing process, removing the toxins, the toxins, deactivating the toxins, and also neutralizing the free radicals as antioxidants. They also go to help the immune system, to strengthen the immune system. And they also help in the cells, in the healthy and safe cell division. These substances help our bodies generate wellness for us. Now we are going to start our process of cooking our soup. There we have hot olive oil in this stainless steel pot, and we are going to add the first batch of onions. We are going to allow the onions to cook in the oil for a while. Our onion is well cooked, and we have been greatly advised to ensure that we do not allow our onions to burn. The onions, when it is frying, should not burn or should not be deep browned. So as long as the oil has cooked well, the onion has cooked well in the oil, it has released its flavors. And now we are going to add the celery. We have added the celery. We add the danias and the lemongrass. We add them together so that they can cook fast. They can cook a bit before we add the pumpkin and the tomatoes. We have given the dhania and the celery a head start, heating a little. Now we can add the other ingredients. The grated pumpkin. You add the grated pumpkin. You add the tomatoes, and we add the milled pumpkin seeds together. These items, we put them at the beginning so that they can cook we give them time to cook longer, slightly longer, so that they can cook. We want the pumpkins to be cooked completely, and we want the tomatoes to be cooked completely, and also give time to the milled pumpkin seeds to also cook well before we add the water and the other items. Yeah. The mixture is cooking very, very well, and it's coming out so nicely, so nicely. I will add the sauce and the black pepper and the curry powder this time, so that we can continue to develop the flavors together. As we heat the foods together, they have a way of blending their flavors to give you something that is very special, very, very special. That mixture is coming out so beautiful. The green colors and the red colors and the orange of the pumpkin is coming out so nicely. We are going to add a little water, hot water, to facilitate the cooking. To facilitate the cooking of these first items. That water will facilitate and fasten the cooking of those first vegetables, so that we can cook our soup in a shorter time. It's a good time to add the okra, so that it can also cook. The skin of the okra is usually a bit firm, so it is good for it to be put earlier, so that it also have good time to cook up together with the other items. I've added some little more water to ensure that our breading mixture of soup does not stick to the bottom of the sufria and get burnt. Oh, our soup is coming so well. It's so nice and yellow, orange, and reds, and the greens of the herbs is so wonderful. At this point, we are going to add water. Before we add the water, let me add the last vegetables, which is capsicum, the ones that are remaining, and the rest of the onions. I've always said that onions should be eaten like vegetables because they are so rich and awesome. In our food, they are so medicinal, and our soup is so rich and so healing. It provides us with vitamins, with healing substances, with minerals, and very, very, very low calorie. At this point, we are going to add our water. Let's add some water, some water. We allow it to heat a bit, and then we get it boiling with preheated water, so that it takes faster to start the boiling process. Our vegetable raw calorie soup, which is so enriched with so many beautiful food products. This soup is so good. It goes to help the body overcome the craving habits. It is like a healing product. It provides the body with such a broad range of nutrients that are so helpful to the cells and really go to stop cravings. Let's add some pre-boiled hot water so that we can facilitate the cooking. You can see this moment all our vegetables are standing, but after cooking for a while with the help of the water that we have added, most of the vegetables will cook nicely. Most of the vegetables will cook nicely so that they can be softer, so that when one is eating one soup, the vegetables will be softer. This soup is a light, low calorie. It's a low calorie soup, which is very good as an appetizer. It's very good as an appetizer. It is at this particular point also that we are also going to add our thickener, our grated green banana that has been mixed with water to facilitate its flow and to facilitate the mixing with the hot soup. It has mixed very well because of adding some water to the mixed banana, the mixed green banana. This time you just leave our soup for about 15 minutes to cook and be ready. You can see that the grated green matoke, which became out like a colloid or a gel, has really provided a good thickener to the soup. But because the banana was not cooked, it was raw, it also has to be given time so that it can cook. When it is nice and cooked, it also helps the soup developing a very good flavor. So this is a very good way of people, especially there are people who don't like pumpkins. There are people who don't like pumpkins, and there are people who don't like bananas. This is a very good way of incorporating these wonderful foods into their meals so that they can deliver these good nutrients into their cells. The soup is simmering very, very, very nicely. The soup has come so beautiful. The texture, it has such a beautiful texture, such a wonderful texture. This soup is just light. It's just light without a lot of calories. It's good for the Weight Watchers. It's also good for the person who comes so late in the evening. This is a very good soup. We are going to add a little bit more water to just make it, to let it boil easily. So that it has got very good texture and also very good consistency. Because these colloids have got these heavy starches, have a characteristic of sticking together, or becoming heavier, of becoming thicker when they have cooled down. They're thrown easily and nicely when they are hot, but when they cool down, they become so heavy. They really have to be heated and boiled once again. So you can see nice and light and quite orange. It has come out so nice and so nice and orange. Let's look at it closer and closer. Let's look at so nice and orange. You allow it a few more minutes to allow it to cook completely. Our soup is light and really boiling up well. The flavors have blended so well, and even this coming up to a good consistency with the well cooked thickener of green bananas. The flavors are good. The consistency is just right. You see, the consistency is just right. It's very good. One of the beautiful things about adding a thickener to your soup is that it ensures, it helps all the constituents, all the ingredients inside that have not broken. It helps them to float within the soup, that even when the soup cools down, all these ingredients do not settle to the bottom. They remain floating in the soup matrix, and the soup is a little bit thicker. It has got a higher viscosity, and it's just good. Even when one is eating that soup, it feels better than when one is eating or drinking a watery soup, when it is just water without some thickness. This soup is better and tastes better even when you eat it. Our soup is now ready. The vegetables are well cooked. They are not completely broken. You can eat the onions and the capsicums. They are still intact. And so the soup is a bit chewy and very, very, very light. And it has got such nice flavors of the black pepper, of the mixture of spices and herbs. This soup is just excellent. It's just excellent as a way of delivering very good and powerful nutrients, phytochemicals, vitamins, minerals into our body cells, And if one can find a way of developing this kind of soup so that you have this kind of soup on a daily basis, you have seen the amount of ingredients it has consumed. It consumes very, very, very little. Very few ingredients and in very, very small quantities. But when they are blended together, they work together synergistically to give us wellness. Now my soup is ready. I have just tasted it. It is ready. The vegetables are just cooked right. They are not completely broken, but they are just cooked right. The flavors are just perfect. The consistency is just wonderful. And again, I said that this soup is not watery. It is not like water. So it has a texture to it. Even when you are eating it, it is very enjoyable. And it serves as an appetizer. It serves as an appetizer to your main meal. It serves as an appetizer to your dinner. And when you take it, it also helps you to take a smaller amount of your dinner. And like we have said, if you come home from work late, this is very good as a meal to take at 10 o'clock, at 9 o'clock. If you are to add something of your dinner a little, you add a little. So that when you go to sleep, you don't have a heavy portion of carbohydrates that you shoot your insulin in the blood at night. You may wake up very, very, very tired in the morning because of eating a heavy meal that has got a lot of carbohydrates in the evening. I've switched off the burners. It is ready. The soup is ready. And this soup as an appetizer for a dinner, this one you serve as an appetizer to six family members. You can see how beautiful that soup is. Let us come close as I have served a portion of an appetizer portion. If one needed a soup for breakfast, one may need to add more starchy content so that you can add the calories if it is for breakfast, but this one is a low calorie soup. And you can see how nicely it has come out. You can have a look at it closely. It's come out so well, so nice. And it is so delicious, so delicious. I trust that in this process you have learned something. It helps you to organize your resources and to help you organize your ingredients and nutrient sources so that you can manage to supply yourself consistently with this kind of wonderful soup. It doesn't make the stomach heavy. It doesn't weigh down on the digestive system. In fact, it provides good nutrients that help with the cells and also the digestive system. Thank you so much for participating with me. Thank you for accompanying me in this session. And I wish you all the best. I trust that you try this soup, and please leave a comment of what you have found.